what you all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yo, what's good? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. And when I tell you, getting to work today was awful. But I'll talk about it. I took the train in because of the snow that's been on the ground here. The train was so crowded. I've never seen it this crowded. I've been taking the train since I was a little kid. And it was so bad at the stop after I got on. There were people lined up on the stairs to get on the platform, to get on the train. And every stop we were going to, nobody could get on. You couldn't move. I did squeeze on the train, though, just so I could make it here on time. Yes. But yeah, it's been a lot of flight cancellations, a lot of people having issues moving around, getting around. So just, whoo, anybody who made it out the house today and made it to where I heard people on the platform saying, I guess I'll go in tomorrow. I can't do this today.
I'm sick of winter.
Yeah.
I'm so sick
Thank you,
of it.
Navy. Yes. And you've been staying in the city, so.
Yeah, I miss my house, though.
Yeah, but you didn't miss that. Trust me, getting here is I was like, I should have stayed in the city. All right, well, today we have a special guest joining us. He is, and this is an occupation I didn't know existed, he's a death doula. He offers emotional support and guidance to those nearing the end of their life and people who are also navigating waves of grief. He also has a book out called Never Can Say Goodbye, and quite interesting stories. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's start the show off with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. You never know what somebody's going through. Today, I'm going to shine a light on somebody who's been up here as a guest host. I've known him for a long time as a journalist and did not know what he was going through. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine. I'ma shine. Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to shine a light. And today, I want to shine a light on my guy, Elliott Wilson. Now, like I said, you never know what somebody's going through. Well, he posted on his social media, cardiac surgery 3 weeks ago, 3 more to full recovery, got way more life to live. My next chapter might F around and be my best one. And he posted a picture of himself, and you can see the scar going down his chest. So I just want to show some love to Elliott Wilson. He's been up here as a guest host before, but he is one of the people that founded Rap Radar. He was the editor-in-chief of XXL Magazine. He also did Ego Trips, the White Rapper Show. He had Ego Trip Magazine. He was the editorial director of Uprock, Hip Hop DX, and Die Magazine. Just always been a journalist. So showing you so much love, Elliott, and wishing you a speedy recovery. Now, Renee, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my parents and basically just express how amazing they were in raising me and my siblings and showing us how to conduct ourselves in society and be an example. They've been married over 55 years, and my father has always been that man that stood strong in taking care of his family, on his wife, and just showing us what it is to be a man and how to conduct ourselves in society.
Well, thank you for that. And shout out to your parents for raising you right so you're able to have a good head on your shoulders and make the right decisions.
Thank you, Angela, and I love you. You do such an incredible job. I listen to you every day.
Thank you. Love you, too.
Okay, bye.
That was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150, just in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie and Tracy Morgan. He was on with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder on The Real Report, and we'll tell you what he has to say. He has a new show that's out right now. He actually has 2 new shows, but he talks about a lot of different things, including what it feels like when he sees a truck on the highway at night. He still has those flashbacks. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time to get into your Yee tea. And first off, let's talk about Tracy Morgan. He's been on his press run getting ready for, well, the NBC sitcom The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins. That actually aired yesterday on NBC, the first 2 episodes. And remaining episodes are going to air every Monday at 8:30, and they'll stream the next day on Peacock, so you can watch it on Peacock if you have that. And one of the things that he talked about was basically not doing stand up as much anymore and knowing where the money lies for him. Here's what he had to say about having not just 1 but 2 shows.
Never been done before. 2 major networks, 2 TV shows at the same time, and I feel good. And then there's stand up. But let me tell you something, yo, Mark. Always know where the stakes lie. Know where the stakes at. Stakes ain't in stand up for me. I'm doing TV. The stakes lie. Nowhere the paper at. It don't lie. No, it lied on 2 TV shows right now because that's who paying me.
All right. And I, by the way, have been seeing amazing reviews for The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins. It's a comeback story. Tracy Morgan is working again with Tina Fey because she is an executive producer, and so is Tracy Morgan on the show. It's a mockumentary, so it's one of those shows kind of like The Office where they're talking to the camera. I'm definitely going home tonight to watch it. He also has a new comedy series called Crutch as well. So shout out to Tracy Morgan for all the work that he has going on, because he survived a terrible car crash. It was a truck that slammed into their car, a Walmart truck, and, you know, just even being in a coma and being able to wake up and get his life back, that was an amazing feat. And here's what he had to say about the trauma that he still has from that accident.
And so me and my lady was just driving on the highway the other night, and she seen really for the first time me freak out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I got hit at night. So it hit us from the back. We didn't see it coming. And when you get hit like that, the brain automatically goes into protection mode. So that's where the coma came from.
All right, so shout out to Tracy Morgan for this interview. You got to go watch the full thing, though, with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder. I mean, he's asking them if they could cry on command. Uncle Murder says that he can, so we're going to see if that's really true or not. But it's a serious thing, and he knows where his money's coming from. Speaking of money and comedy, Scary Movie 6 is all set. And Navy, I know you were saying that you were excited for this.
Was that?
What was
Scary
that?
movie.
Okay. But anyway, that's going to be released in theaters on June 12th. And you know how long it's been since Scary Movie 5?
12 years?
13 years.
I was so close.
Yeah, so it's going to actually spoof some movies that you love, like Sinners.
They're going to kill that. Marlon and Sean as Smoking Stag?
Weapons. And A Quiet Place. And so it's going to be, according to Paramount, the restart of the franchise. The Wayans brothers are reuniting for the first time in 18 years. So we're excited to see it. And some of the OG members are going to be there too, like Regina Hall, Anna Faris. So get ready for that. They're going to also introduce roles for Damon Wayans Jr., Kim Wayans, Heidi Garner, and more.
This is going to be incredible.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see it.
Yeah. And
listen, don't be sensitive when you go see it. I know they're going to be spoofing some movies that we love that have a deeper message, like Sinners, but it's what Scary Movie franchise does. And it's the Wayans brothers. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night, where we discuss what we did last night. And it has been a time out here. I was catching up on Married to Medicine, but I'll tell you what else I had to do last night. And I told you, it's been a mission just getting into work. Navy, you've been staying in the city.
Yeah.
Does it make you wish you lived in the city?
No.
All right, it's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
Yo, it's way up with Angela Yee, and it's time for About Last Night. Now, Navy, you've been staying in the city.
Yeah.
Just so you can make it to work. I've been taking the train in.
I don't know who has it worse, me and you.
I would say today I had it worse. Maybe not. Yesterday was not too bad, but today was awful because the train was so crowded. I don't know if I can do that again tomorrow. It was ridiculous. But anyway, I went home yesterday and I actually had to shovel all the snow. Not
you?
just me and my man, but
okay.
you know I'm gonna help. I always help out. I always look at shoveling snow as also like it's a little bit of a workout. We went and shoveled out the car and everything too. And then I wanted to send somebody to do my dad's house, but he refused. You know, I like to use TaskRabbit. Then he sends me an article today. After he refused, the surprising age when shoveling snow turns risky for your heart. So he sends me this whole article about shoveling snow and how it's uniquely dangerous. And if you're standing in one spot using your upper body to lift heaps of heavy wet snow, you see sudden big increases in heart rate and blood pressure. And so for that age that he gave to me, between 45 and 50 or older, if you have known or hidden heart disease, this activity is very dangerous.
I would think it'd be the opposite, right? Isn't it like good cardio?
I guess if you have hidden heart problems as you get older, it's not going to be good to do that as it's freezing outside and you're doing all that work. But why would you not want us to help and send somebody to do that, but then send me an article?
I know. I love your dad, though. He's hilarious.
What is, like, this not... Anyway, and aside from that, then I went inside. I was watching Married to Medicine, catching up on the last episode. and my man was like, I could never ever do a show like this because I couldn't take somebody beefing with my wife in front of other people, like just me being there, because they argue so much, like disrespectfully, like call each other the B word. But anyway, he was saying that, and that was it. And then I started thinking about the call we had for Ask Yee yesterday. This caller called in, and he was saying that he's cheating on his wife with his daughter's boss. And here's what else he had to say.
I'm married.
Wow. Okay, so
I'm
you're
happily married. Actually, happily married. My wife is an amazing woman. She don't even deserve it.
I was so confused because if you're happily married and your wife is amazing, then why are you cheating? It was just confusing to me. I don't know if that's a thing. And people were in the comments like, oh yeah, no, that's true. That's real. That's a real thing that happens.
Yeah, he said he was 47 years old and he only knows his wife. So they've been together his entire life.
The only person he has sex with, not only knows.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
So you excuse that because
I don't excuse it, but I understand where he's coming from.
I feel like that's a blessing. I never had to try nothing else. I love my wife. He said his wife isn't very experimental. But what I want to ask you, can you say, I love my wife, I think she's amazing, but I'm still cheating? Does that make sense? And I want to know how, if it's happened to you. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Could you love your significant other, but still cheat on them and feel okay about it? 800-292-5150. He wasn't even trying to break it off. All right, 800-292-5150. Those things don't add up to me, but I need some explanation. It's way up.
More Way Up with Angela Yee on now.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and today we are talking about whether or not you can be in love with somebody but still cheat on them. This all came from this Tell Us a Secret caller. Listen to this.
I'm married.
Wow. Okay, so
I'm
you're
happily married. Actually, happily married. My wife is an amazing woman. She don't even deserve it.
So yes, he's cheating on his wife. He's happily married. He says she doesn't deserve it. Now, in my opinion, if I am, and he's continually cheating on her, that means that you don't really care, because if you loved her, you would be thinking about her feelings and what would happen if she found out, and the relationship potentially ending. What are the consequences of this? So in my head, those two things don't equate. Now, I could be wrong. Navy, what do you think?
I think you can love someone and not respect them. And I think it's a terrible thing. But, like, there are people who have sex without emotion.
I feel like love and respect go hand in hand. And
they should.
You know, so I don't know that you could love me but not have respect for me. I just can't see how that happens. Because then you would be thinking about consequences. You would be thinking about my feelings. But I want to know what you think. Hey, Tabby, how are you?
I'm good. I was just listening to your show, girl, and I've been there.
Oh, you cheated on your significant other, but you love them?
Yes, and no, it's not okay to do it. I don't know how anybody could think it's okay, because I live with it daily. It haunts you every day of your life.
So it was only a one-time thing, or you did it like it was a...
No, it was a one-time thing, and it was the worst mistake I've ever made. I'm 45 and been with my husband since I was 15.
Did he find out?
Yes, he knows.
Okay, I was going to say, you saying your name and everything. And how did you guys get past it?
We just worked through it. I guess they say, till death do you part, through rich or poor, through sickness and health, and that's how we got through it.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing me, and thank you for that advice, because people are saying it's possible, but like you said, it was the worst thing ever.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. It is.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. I want to hear the whole story one day. Hey, Jay.
Oh, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm sitting here in the car trying to warm up. The snow is crazy.
Oh, good luck. Yeah, please be safe out there. I hope you got gloves and everything.
Nope, but I got you guys. I'm keeping warm with laughter.
So can you cheat on somebody and love them?
I think the person's still in love with the person. That's why they're still with them, and they're putting up with it because of other issues. But if she's an awesome woman, she should be able to do, open to do other things. And if he loves his wife, he should be able to do things with her and find other things to be in love with. It's not about the physical always. You got to have other things too. If you don't have those other things, and she's just awesome, then I don't know.
Okay, so you're saying you feel like, because in his particular case, his wife wasn't very experimental. He wanted to role play. She didn't. So he could love her, but just not everything.
Yeah, that's crazy. So now you're going to role play with somebody else and then go home and, oh, hi, I love my wife. Get the No, I'm sorry. I can't.
Have you ever been cheated on?
Yes, of course. Yes.
You said, of
Yes,
course.
Yes. All right, baby. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
All right, good luck. Hey, Andrea.
Hey, Angela, how are you?
I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm excellent.
So what do you think? Can you cheat on somebody and still love them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I want to hear it. I need somebody to break it down for me because I didn't understand it.
Love for them has nothing to do with your respect for them.
So love and respect don't go hand in hand.
Hell nah.
I don't
So I
know.
can respect you and not love you.
Okay, so have you ever cheated on somebody that you were in love with?
Yeah.
You didn't feel bad about it?
When they found out. But that was only because they found out.
All right. Well, I got it. You only were upset that they found out. That's wild. That's not love. If you ask me. But everybody's definition can be different. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. And let's talk about the BAFTAs and all of the fallout from that. According to a reporter, Michael B. Jordan was disgusted after hearing the N-word on stage. His parents were upset as well. And we'll tell you what some more of that fallout has been. And we'll talk about the lack of an apology. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for Yeetie. This is not calming down, by the way. All of the reaction to the BAFTAs and John Davidson, who is a Tourette's campaigner who was yelling the N-word while Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Linda were on stage giving the first award of the night. It has definitely created even more issues because I think, and maybe tell me what you think about this. He does have Tourette's.
Yes.
And we had Jumaane Williams on here. And Jumaane Williams is one of the first in New York City, the first person with Tourette's to get into office. Not the last, but he was the first person with Tourette's in office. He actually did a whole thing yesterday about Tourette's and explaining to people. And part of why John Davidson was there is because there is a documentary explaining his Tourette's that actually won an award, right?
Right.
So here's what Jumaane Williams had to say about how this could have been handled differently.
But what I do think we have to do is practice care and compassion for everyone. So that means the person who has Tourette's and has corporate leather, and also the people who are around them. And so I would say you could try to augment it. That may not work for everybody, and that may be a cost physically that may not be fair to ask. BAFTA could have also censored the word.
As they should have.
I
Because
agree 100%.
Warner Brothers, the Cine Studio, actually brought this up to BAFTA and gave them their concerns, and their concerns were ignored. And Free Palestine was also cut out from another person's speech.
Right.
And so there's definitely ways they could have edited this. They had 2 hours to make that happen. I mean, since then it has been edited, but it shouldn't have been all this controversy. Now, according to a source, they told Metro that Michael B. Jordan was left repulsed by the outburst. He had to do extensive research into the horrific psychological effects of racism to prepare for sinners. So he was really disgusted by this outburst when it happened. He already was having a difficult day. His mom and dad broke down in tears when they saw what happened to him and Delroy. And so they've been really going through it from that.
It just seems like a blatant lack of care.
Afterward.
Yeah.
Because 2 things can be true, right? John Davidson has Tourette's, and the type that he has, it makes you scream out like the worst possible thing. Because he was screaming at other things too, like F you and shut the F up during another speech. And so that was the whole point of bringing attention to it. But then you have to take into consideration, like Jumaane said, how this affects the people around. And I think it didn't help when John Davidson also gave his, it's not even an apology afterward. He gave a statement where he basically thanked BAFTA and everyone involved in the awards for their support. And he also talked about the round of applause that followed the announcement that his tics are involuntary and are not a reflection of his personal beliefs. But there was nowhere in that statement that he actually apologized for what happened and the effect that this could have had.
You see, now I wasn't upset at him before. Now I'm kind of am.
Yeah, I think this was a great opportunity for him for people who don't understand it, to say,
right.
I apologize. I know those are hurtful words. And while it's involuntary for me, I do want to say I'm he did say he was mortified, but it was not an apology. And so I think that's part. And BAFTA did finally issue an apology about the incident. They said it's a valuable learning moment for their organization. But it might be too late for all of that. They've actually had one of the judges step down and said they no longer want to be a part of BAFTA. So they're no doubt going to see some fallout from that whole situation.
Yeah, the damage is done. And during Black History Month, come on.
I mean, it should never happen at any point.
Right.
But that is your Yeetie. And when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you need to know about them anyway. It's Way Up.
This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for your Under the Radar stories. Oh, don't let this go under the radar. Donald Trump is going to be doing his State of the Union address tonight, and he's going to be addressing the economy, tariffs, foreign policy. I know there's going to be a lot of quotables and things tomorrow as they have this joint session of Congress tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. He said it was going to be a long speech. That's his description of what he's about to do. He'll be, and what the polls are saying right now is that Donald Trump is going to be facing a public that questions his priorities and expresses doubts about whether his proposed policies are helping the nation. And there's been definitely a lot of backlash from people that are typically supportive. Epstein survivors are also going to attend Donald Trump's address tonight. And so there's a number of them that are planning to also go to the State of the Union address. So cannot wait to see what's going to happen tonight. All right. Now, a New York City University professor at Hunter College was forced to apologize. She was busted on a hot mic, and basically, there was an 8th grade student voicing concern about the potential shutdown of her school. This was during a public community education council meeting on February 10th. It was a black 8th grade student, and that's important because of what Allison Friedman, that Hunter College professor, had to say.
They're too dumb to know they're in a bad school. I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore.
Can you imagine? Now, somebody covered their mouth that was on this Zoom.
Yep.
And they had to let her know that her mic was on. It was wild to me that nobody went at, they kind of like kept going afterward, and nobody was like, what the helly?
I don't even know, like, I'm not surprised, actually.
Now, she has since said that she was actually trying to explain systematic racism to her own child by referencing an example of an obviously racist trope. Duh, nobody believes that.
Yeah, no.
You clearly, did not know your microphone was on, right? Because they had to let you know that. It got so quiet afterward. This is the first time we're hearing this explanation, and we also just don't believe it. She told the New York Times, "My complete comments make clear these abhorrent views are not my own, nor were they directed at any student or group. I fully support these courageous students in their efforts to stop school closures. However, I recognize these comments caused harm and pain. While that was not my intent, I do truly apologize." And people are calling for her to be fired. Chiosei, City Council member Chiosei, says that they must fire Allison Friedman immediately, and CUNY cannot apply one standard for political speech and another for explicit anti-black racism.
Again,
and so
during Black History Month.
It should happen anytime.
Exactly.
I mean, so I don't even know how you could trust that person to teach any students. But anyway, that is your Under the Radar. We do have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. Plus, we do have a special guest joining us. He is a death doula, which is an occupation that I had never heard about before. But he has a book out, and it's called Never Can Say Goodbye. Darnell Lamont Walker is going to be joining us. It's Way Up.
Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. Are you ready for this, Navy?
Yes, sir.
Heat 2 is confirmed, and Christian Bale has confirmed he's going to star in Heat 2 alongside Leonardo DiCaprio. Heat is a classic movie.
Yeah, that shootout in the street. Classic.
And Leonardo DiCaprio says Heat 2 isn't just a sequel, it honors the original while expanding the story in both timelines, past and future, and they're going to start filming this year.
I'm skeptical of how they're going to pull it off, but incredible actors, so I'm with it.
Listen, the two of them in a movie together.
Oh, yeah.
Just think about the original, what that was like, having legends together. So some people are very excited. It's going to start filming in Chicago, by the way.
Okay.
All right. And speaking of TV, movies, all of that, big deal for Drewski. He's been added to The Voice as their first ever commentator for season 29. Now, this is leaning into a sports style format for Battle of Champions. And this is, the first time they've done this. And he's going to break down coaching decisions, react to performances in the moment, and track some new elements like the triple turn competition and the super steal. They're trying to bring in, obviously, a younger, more digital audience.
Drewski's run is legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary run.
Not mad at him.
Nope.
Get it, Drewski. He just did the Soul Train.
Yeah, I saw.
What's your favorite Drewski sketch?
Oh, it's got to be the Mega Church.
Pastor?
The
Okay,
Mega Church.
Yeah, the Mega Church. I mean, that was well done. All right, Little Dirk's trial has been pushed back again. The new start date is August 25th. He wanted an earlier date, but what's happening now is that his co-defendants are trying to separate their case from his. So while his trial date has now been postponed multiple times, if they do get that separation, then he can request an earlier date still. So he wants to get this, he wants to get before a judge and get it over with. All right, now T.I. versus 50 Cent. Yesterday we were talking about the two of them and their back and forth, and King joining in the back and forth as well. Well, now T.I. has put out a song. It's called War, and here's just a piece of it. Woo! Ouch. I mean, it's a whole song. And the other thing he did was put out a video where he's at the table. He's got his mother with him, his wife, his family. And what people are saying, 50 can't do that. So that is,
oh, man,
I guess, him flexing in that way. All right. Now, Marla Gibbs, the star from The Jeffersons. She played Florence. She also was on 227, Regina King as her daughter.
Yeah.
Well, she has a book called It's Never Too Late, and it actually comes out today if you want to have a chance to read that. She talks about growing up and having an emotionally abusive grandmother and then being married for 18 years to a man who was emotionally and physically abusive. She also did not get success as an actress until she was in her 40s. And another thing she talked about is the greatest challenge of her life. In 2006, she had a brain aneurysm followed by a stroke that almost killed her. And she said she couldn't go to the bathroom on her own. She had to use diapers while in rehab. She wanted to go on tour. But just couldn't believe that it couldn't happen. She had a caretaker that was helping her, but she wanted to walk, but she just couldn't without help. She would end up on the floor when she would try to do that. And she said, I was totally dependent and could do nothing. Acceptance of where I was in my recovery was essential to me healing. And I think acceptance is a key to healing in life.
What a story, though.
Right. We didn't know any of this.
None of that.
All right. Well, that is your Yee Tea. And when we come back, we got Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Call us up. Any question, I got you, 800-292-5150. And we also have a death doula joining us today. Darnell Lamont Walker will be on its way up.
Hey, everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. So you should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. We will answer any question. And today we have Janelle on the line, and she's thinking about paying for that VIP package for that Bow Wow and B2K meet and greet.
Well, I met Bow Wow 3 times, during high school or college or something like that. I was in a music video and such. So I met him before. He was kind of my fan book. But now he has this concert coming out in March, and it's I want to go, but I'm not getting a regular ticket. I want the VIP one, but it's $400. So I'm do I really need to pay that? I met him so many times.
Wait, how much is it?
$400.
$400? Can you afford
that? Sure, but is it worth it? If I'm just getting a picture when I have pictures. Do I need an updated picture?
I want to say that's for you to decide, because for some people, getting that picture is worth paying an extra $400 and supporting somebody they're a super fan of. I think taking into consideration what your financial situation is this something that is going to make you not pay your phone bill in order to be able to go and do this and not pay, have a problem with your rent? Or is this something that you're look, I'm a huge fan. I have these other pictures. Now I have another picture that I could put throughout the years of the times that we've met that I can post.
Oh, okay. That's true. And I never did it at a concert.
Yes.
A concert kind of environment.
But
It'll
I just
be
want to say,
different.
don't have too high
Yeah.
expectations, because I know you've met him several times. That doesn't mean he's
Yes.
going to remember. And what I would do if I were you is bring the old picture, to have it ready to show how long you've been, how many times you've met. Just have it ready in your phone. Be like, look, we met before. I would love to recreate this picture. I think if you went to the concert and didn't get this, you would regret it.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I would be like, what?
Yeah. So I think you
I like
already
that
know what you
one.
want to do. You're going to get that VIP package.
Oh, yeah, true.
And who's going with you?
I would go alone because people, unless they want to pay $400, I'm the fan. I don't know if anyone else is like that.
Well, you're the only one getting the VIP package, but is anybody going with you to the concert?
No.
Okay. Well, listen, enjoy yourself. Have fun. Now, don't stretch your money too far if you can't do it. But if you can, there's nothing wrong with being a fan, getting that picture, and having something forever. And if it's not going to prevent you from other things that you have to handle, then I think you should go for it. And he did repost you. I will also try to leave a little comment like, hey, I'm going to get I'm trying to get the VIP package. Maybe he'll upgrade you. Who knows? You just never know how somebody might feel. But good luck.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Take care. That was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. I told you we can answer any question. And I think if you know you're going to regret something and you have the means to make it happen, you only live once, you might as well do it. And speaking of only living once, Darnell Lamont Walker is going to be joining us when we come back. And he is the author of Never Can Say Goodbye. He is a death doula, and he helps people navigate their last moments, but also helps people deal with the grief of the loss of a loved one. It's way up.
And I'm back. We about to do this.
One of the most famous women in radio. We're talking about Angela Yee.
You're Way Up with Angela Yee.
Please believe that.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. This is exciting today because this is an occupation I've never heard of.
Okay, right on.
But I think after reading this book, we can see why something like this is so important. Darnell Lamont Walker is here, and you are a death doula.
Death doula, yeah, right on. First, I just say, I'm the person who helps people die. So that really pretty much shocks the system. But then I say, I'm there to support the person and the family at the end of life and throughout the transition, throughout the grief.
And you have a book out now called Never Can Say Goodbye, The Life of a Death Doula and the Art of a Peaceful End. You were a death doula before you even knew what it was called.
I think so many of us were. I learned from my grandmother who'd been doing this work for decades. But back then it was just, this is what we do for family, this is what we do for friends. We take care of each other. We come from a long lineage of people who have taken care of each other. And that's... essentially, that's what I do now.
In the book, there's one part where you talk about your grandmother who was really important in your life.
Absolutely.
And you say that she told you when hamburgers with gravy and country fried potatoes lost their flavor, and when she could no longer play cards with the folks she'd sit around her living room table with almost daily, she'd be ready to go before the old folks home gets me, she said.
Yeah, those conversations were so important to me because I think we all need to have that threshold where it's like, when I can no longer do this, this is when I want to leave. And, my wish for everyone is that we're able to leave when we're ready to leave, but unfortunately that's not true.
Right.
But because I knew that about my grandmother when she was in hospice and things weren't looking good, she had stopped eating, she wasn't responsive, I knew she was ready to go. And sometimes people need that permission to go. I said, today looks like a really good day to die. There's no one left to come see you. You've done an amazing job. If you want to die today, you should do it. And I know you don't want to do it while I'm here, so I'm going to play a song. I played Coldplay's Fix You, and then I left. And 15 minutes, I drove to my dad's house, walked in, the phone rang, and I knew who it was. It was the hospice saying she died.
Is that also somewhat being an intuitive?
Having seen it so many times before, I think people know when they're going to go, or at least the body knows. The body knows how to die. And so before she stopped talking, she talked about how her mother would come, and her mother died many years ago. And a lot of times I see that with a lot of clients where a spirit may come into the room and they're talking to them. And so all of these things adding up, it's like, oh, she's waiting for something, and today would be the time to let go. So it's kind of intuitive and just kind of, I want you to stop suffering too. So it's selfless in a way. Grandmothers are global treasures. We all love our grandmothers, and I didn't want her to go, but I knew she needed to.
Right now I'm talking to Darnell Lamont Walker. He is a death doula, an Emmy-nominated writer, and a cultural anthropologist. Another thing you talk about is how black men when it comes to a death doula. Usually somebody will refer you because it's not something they seek out necessarily.
It's sad to see. Yeah, it's always a family member, always someone who calls me for them, because what I found, and we've heard it so many times, I got to be the rock of the family. I have to be the strong one, trying to run from those emotions, all the things that black men avoid in life. And so when I get called in, the first thing I have to do is try to create a space where they can feel safe enough to be able to express these things. And it doesn't take long. Sometimes it just takes a hug or the touch that they haven't received because they've pretended to be this strong person for so long. And in that, they don't get to grieve themselves.
Right.
So they die and they never got the chance to cry, never got the chance to be held, never got the chance to be touched the way they needed to be touched. And so a lot of my work is trying to fix that.
Darnell Lamont Walker is here with me today, and he has got some stories. He's a death doula. He helps families find peace at the end of life, and also you can learn how to support somebody who is going through their last moments. When we come back, we have more. It's Way Up.
We about to do this.
One of the most famous women in radio. We're talking about Angela Yee.
You're Way Up with Angela Yee.
Please believe that.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and Darnell Lamont Walker is joining us today. He's the author of Never Can Say Goodbye. He is a death doula, and he discusses offering emotional support and guidance to people who are nearing the end of their life. You have some extraordinary stories in this book of situations that have happened, and one of the stories that you talk about is Leon, and you talk about going to Burning Man.
Yes, that is where I met Leon, who... Man, he's a kid in his 20s. He's a lot of fun. And then I had to go to a Whitney Houston party, me and some friends. So we were like, oh, yeah, I'll talk to you later. But right before I left, I just snapped a photo and the light was hitting. And we walked and came back, and everyone at the camp was, pretty down about something. And I'm thinking, what happened? And they're like, oh, well, someone died here. Oh, you know the guy. You were talking to him right before you left, the young guy. I'm like, no. And instantly I thought, man, when will his parents get this news? We're stuck out here. And back to the parent in me, it's what would I want to know about my kids' last moments? And hadn't thought about the photo. I got to bed that night, and I'm going through my phone, and I'm thinking, oh, I think I have the last picture of this guy. And immediately when I got back to civilization, it was, I have to find his people. They created a GoFundMe is how I found a cousin of his that led me to his mom. And I reached out to her, and it was just this, for hours, going back and forth, just of, thank you so much. And it's sometimes it's what we need to hear. It's the closure we need sometimes, because we don't know someone's last moments. And if someone was there for those, it can be shared, and I think it should be.
And I think it's also nice to know, because I think when somebody dies and they're alone and nobody knows what those last, moments were like, and I know they shared with you, my brother. I need a minute.
Oh, take your time, please.
So my brother was by himself. He had an aneurysm, and it was so sudden, and I'm like, what happened? Like, was he suffering for a long time? Was he laying there?
Yeah.
So it was nice that a lot of people were sending me messages about, just how amazing he was. Even people I never met, like the woman where he parked his car, was like, oh, it's the first of the month. He would always bring me cake, and he didn't come, and I had no idea what happened. And then people in the neighborhood, his landlord, like everybody was just showing up and talking about how great he was. One of his neighbors was telling me she sent me an email about how when she moved in the building, and she was really nervous to move to New York, and how helpful my brother was in that process. And she had like a date with somebody she met on an app, and he went with her and sat at the bar while she had the date just to make sure she was okay. And then when it was over, he made sure she got back, just really nice things that he never told me about, but I got to hear those stories from other people, and it did really help me a lot.
I love that so much. Can we say your brother's name?
Brian,
right on. I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing that. I talk so much about how everyone has to show up for the funeral. And it doesn't have to be the actual funeral, but we need those stories.
Yeah.
And so it's good to know that he brought that lady a cake to sit on a date with this woman. It's like, oh, he was that too. And so we need that, and it's so important. thanks for sharing that about him.
Well, Darnell, thank you so much for coming through today. Never Can Say Goodbye, The Life of a Death Doula and the Art of a Peaceful End. Get your box of tissues next to you when you're reading this. But I was on the train, I was like, whoo. But I also feel like there's very useful information here. It's something that we all need to be, I don't know if I would say prepared for.
Yeah, prepared for.
Well, Darnell Lamont Walker, how can people reach you?
I'm everywhere. Darnell Lamont Walker. Hello, Darnell. Instagram. I am reachable. I love talking to people about this conversation, about death, and very open to these conversations. So,
all right. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Darnell Lamont Walker for joining us. Make sure you watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. I think one thing that we can all say is inevitable is that we are all going to experience grief and the loss of somebody close to us at some point. All right, so check out that full interview. Pick up his book, Never Can Say Goodbye. And when we come back, this is your show, so you have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and thank y'all for joining us today. Navy, back on the mic again tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be here all week.
Listen, thank you, Art, for running the boards in the room, too, with us. I hope you're having a good time. There's a lot of Ask Yee things happening in the room in between songs. So you guys go through a lot.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you have people to talk to? Like, they always say men don't have anybody to, like, express themselves to.
Oh, that's 100% right. But we got you.
Okay.
Sometimes.
It's tough love in this room.
Oh, yeah, it is.
But anyway, thank you to Darnell Lamont Walker for joining us today. This is the first time I've even heard of a death doula. His book, Never Can Say Goodbye, is out right now, and you can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. Definitely, you may shed some tears when you watch it, so get ready for that. And this is your show, so you have the last word.
See ya.
My name Reach, man. I'm from Illinois. I don't even think it's a real such thing as caring for somebody and you still cheat on them. It's going to happen because I was in that position. But when you real with yourself and you actually ask yourself what's the whole reason that you doing what you doing, that you know going to go and hurt your partner's feelings is the real love.
Sharon, Louisiana. I believe that I've been involved with a man for 29 years, and I know he loves his wife. We've never discussed leaving her or anything. It's like he's my boyfriend, like a girlfriend, but sex is involved. And what I think it is with him being with only one woman, this woman had more experience than his wife, and he likes that. That's why married women need to try something different.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.